allows the rape.
Are you asking me about incrementalism versus?
Yeah, would you talk about the whole intramural debate between abolitionism and the pro-life movement and Christian?
In 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, what is just some of your thoughts on it?
It's no secret that I'm an incrementalist, right? I've written articles on it. I've spoken about it on radio interviews. And the idea is, it depends. I just had a conversation with a guy who is higher up in an organization, a very large pro-life organization, that is, there's different ways to talk about it, but what they believe is that we must at all times advocate for the end of abortion completely and totally, and that we can never ever advocate for any law that leaves open the opportunity for any human being to be killed. So if you got a law, an imperfect law, that made all abortions illegal except in cases of rape, you're saying by agreeing to that law that you think that children conceived in rape are not worthy of protection. Now, I disagree with that position because I believe in incremental movements towards legislation that will end things, and I don't believe at all times we can get everything that we want. And imperfect laws actually sometimes lead to a better state. If you look at William Wilberforce, they advocated for the end of slavery, but accepted laws that incrementally moved themselves there. And I've talked about this when I've had discussions with people, and I respect these people that I've had these conversations with. And they and I have the same goals. One of them I've talked to. Look, we have the same ultimate goal. But in order for me to accept the view that you're advocating for, when I watched the movie Amazing Grace, and at the end, where William Wilberforce, they have that moment where they end the slave trade, all they did was end the trading of slaves. They didn't actually free the slaves at that moment. And so this was an incremental step to ultimately, which would be Wilberforce's great victory, and Thomas Clarkson and all the people that fought for it in Great Britain. It would ultimately end in their great victory, but they accepted steps that got them there, that communicated the humanity of the slave to the community and got them used to the idea that we should take actions to limit the abuse against those people. And so as I told my friend, when he said, if we accept this, we are just accepting that idea. I was like, well, no, you got to understand what's going on. Because one of the things he also said to me was that legislators in different states he's talked to had said, if we do this, we're never coming back to this again. You understand that? And I said, why should I care what they say? Because they will come back to it. Because we won't stop. I'm not going to say that if I accept something that will end 97% of it, then it's over and I walk away and be amused at it. We will keep advocating until we get those other three. Amen. If we can save all of those and then get those next three, we keep fighting, we keep pushing. And let me be very clear about this. I don't care if the legislators think that they can walk away from it and not have to deal with it again. They don't get that option. If I can convince enough people to call them up and force them to do something about it, then they will, because they answer their constituencies. They're not kings, they're not royalty, they don't get to tell us the way the world is, they answer to us. And so my job is to convince as many of us as we possibly can to take action. And when we take action, they will answer. And so I'm not worried that it ends there, because I know the character of the people that are incrementalists, and they're not going to stop. And none of them are saying that those people shouldn't be protected. What they're saying is that we're going to keep fighting for them, but while we do, let's accept the protection of those others. Good people disagree with me on that point, and I understand that and I accept it. What I don't do is fight about it. I have a policy against bickering with other pro-lifers, and I don't do it in public and I don't do it in private. And I support them in their efforts to reach their goals, and as I told one of them when they were talking, if you succeed, I am your biggest fan. I just don't believe that it's going to work that way, and I believe we're going to take these other things, that we're going to advance island by island, like the Pacific campaign of island hopping, moving to an ultimate goal. And we take, and we take, and we take until we win. And I don't see that as losing. And it's not giving up, because I promise I won't ever give up until there's no breath left in me or until it's done. And as one guy said to me, it's funny, he said, you realize that you do this for a living. He's like, if abortion goes away, you don't have a job. Like, you realize that there's nobody in the world that would be happier to be obsolete than me. If tomorrow it all went away and I had to close up shop and go work in Home Depot or work somewhere else, I would be the happiest guy in the world. First of all, I'm not rich anyway. As anybody who works in ministry, most of us can attest to, we're not getting rich off of this, right? I'm not staying in 5-star hotels all the time or anything. But even then, if I walk away and because it's over, then I'm happy to be made obsolete, man. I will be happy to be put out in the pasture and be useless in this regard for the rest of my life. But until it's over, I'll keep doing what I do. And I know all the people that I deal with that work in the same way or have the same strategies that I deal in, and they'll keep going until it's over. or until we die, and we're already equipping the next generation to pick up the mantle and come after us. It doesn't end until it ends.
Amen. That's good.
You guys, would you guys give a hand for Jay for coming out?